Hi everyone, my name's Deb. This is my YouTube channel, Gigi on Gower, and excuse what I look like. I have had a day today, a couple of days. So the device that I usually film my videos on isn't working, and I've really been struggling to try and upload the videos to YouTube, to even get it onto my laptop, and it wasn't working, and so I've decided to film on my phone. So that's what you're seeing now. This is me filming on my phone, and sorry, I thought there was someone coming in. Yeah, so we've had a few days. It was Easter, and my mother-in-law has been in hospital again. She broke her hip in December, and she recovered quite well, considering, but then she fell and broke it again, a different bit of it. Well, she fractured it, then she broke it, and it's been a real struggle for her. So anyway, and then my husband's also doing a gate in the garden because with the storms, the storms that we had last year, excuse the tissue, I've got terrible hay fever. So with the storms that we had last year, the named storms, we had quite a lot of things blow down in our garden. We had a tree partly blow down, it needs to be cut down a bit. And we had a fence at the bottom of our drive blow down. So my husband's fixing a different part of the fence now. He's changed that and he's putting a gate in there. And well, I'm going to take you, what I'm going to do for today's video is I'm going to take you around a bit in the garden, and I'm going to show you what it's like and what we intend to do. So I'll see you now. Okay, and so I'm going to, so that's the gate, the new gate that my husband's made, and a trellis for that climbing road. So we used to have a gate, a fence there. You can see this part of the fence, and it cut across. So it blew down in the storm. So my husband got a fire going in the barbecue. He's going to cook some steaks for us. So I'm going to show you around the garden. So this is the start there. A couple of little maples in pots. I've had those for years. I've just bought these. There's a pond, a bit overgrown. I've just bought these at B&Q. I bought that honeysuckle, jasmine. I bought that lupin, that little yellow, what's that called? Oh, I don't know, Golden Empire? I don't know. It's pretty yellow, and I bought that saxifrage. So I'm sure what I'm going to do. Excuse. So that's my yellow azalea. Looks stunning. There's a pear. My husband's looking for something that he said he bought, and now he's lost it. So, oh, there's a little plastic Easter egg that's left over from Easter Sunday when we had an Easter egg hunt in the garden for the grandchildren. So I'm going down, so you'll see I've got a series of beds here, raised beds. This one is a herb garden, but it's very overgrown. So there's some rosemary, lavender, oregano, sage. But and there's lots of strawberries in there. Very many strawberries. That one needs to be sorted out though. And so here, where we've got this table and chairs, this was where a greenhouse stood, a wooden greenhouse. And during the first named storm of last year, it blew, it kind of severely damaged the greenhouse, and then the second one completely wiped it out. So it blew away totally. It was a wooden greenhouse with plastic. What's the plastic things? The windows were made out of polycarbonate windows. You can see I've still got a water butt there. That's where the water used to come down off the greenhouse into the water butt. So I've just put these table and chairs there for now. They need a good scrub, but I quite like them there. And then I've got a series of beds. It does look a bit like a cemetery, but it's not, I can assure you. So I've got these series of beds. That's got a lot of strawberries in too. And that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And I first started with that one over there. You can see it's one that's a bit more lively looking. So what my intention is, all those beds used to have vegetables in, but since we've been feeding the feral cats, I just don't want to eat anything from the garden. So I'm just going to turn them all into flower beds. So I bought a couple of little things. I've started planting them in there. It's going to be flowers and herbs, but the herbs are going to be mixed in with the flowers. So you'll see. And then we've got fruit trees up against this. We tried to espalier them. I don't know if it hasn't really worked that well, but that's an apple tree. So is that. That's an apple tree there. Excuse the sound of the road. And then on this side, in this fruit cage, we've got some soft fruit. We've got some blueberries, two pots of blueberries. They need to be sorted out. I need to put some acidic compost in there. I've got some, because blueberries like acidic compost. So I've got blueberries, I've got raspberries, gooseberries. So I need to get, they're in pots, so they're fine, but it's very overgrown with grass, so I need to get that out. But it's in a cage, so otherwise the birds will just eat everything. So this is a pear tree, and it's got so many little pears on. Look at those. Hundreds of them. Absolutely hundreds. Whether any of those will come to fruition, I don't know. But then here's a cherry tree. A little pot of violets. 2 cherry trees on this deck. This is a deck further down the garden. You'll see we've got like little steps in the garden, little stages. That's an apple tree, the oldest apple tree in the garden. So it needs to be cleared, but this is a deck. I think I've shown you before, but anyway, that's what that looks like. And it's got a swing, a slide, another swing, and 2 more swings on that side as well, and a swing here for the grandchildren to swing on. So, and you'll see further down the garden. Hello, Catty. That's one of the culprits under there. I think they've taken to living under this deck. It's okay. There's some bluebells. Of course, this is a country garden. Some little violets next to this tree. Got some huge trees. That's the woods. That's a plum tree. Another apple tree. We've got so many apple trees. Look at the lovely blossom. Another lovely apple tree, lovely blossoms. That's it. Those lovely forget-me-nots. Very pretty. So this is a lilac tree and it's white. So actually it'll be quite nice to have somewhere to sit here. So yeah, I'm videoing this quite late in the day, which is not my choice, not my first choice. But between the birdsong, you can hear the going home from work traffic. It's quite busy. So I'm going to go in now and I'll catch up with you and I'll tell you what I'm going to do with these beds. Well, I'll tell you now. So my intention is to turn them all into flower beds. I've bought some bulbs, I bought some dahlia bulbs, I bought some packets of seeds. I'm just going to see how it goes. I think it'll be quite nice. Yeah. A lot of hard work, mind, and it's timing, isn't it? It's like the time to do it. We'll see. Hi, good morning. It's the next day. So I hope you found that little bit of footage interesting, or at least you could understand, you could see what I was doing or what I plan to do. I'm going to show you some of the bits that I've got to put in the one bed, and I'm thinking that maybe I'll just do the one bed this year. I'm not sure. I'll see how far I get. There's a lot to do, so I'll see. So these are some things that I've got. I bought these from B&Q. Not all of them, but I bought these from B&Q. I've got that dahlia, so I'm going to put that in there. And I bought dahlias from B&Q before and they turned out not to be dahlia, so we'll see. I've got that ranunculus. These were 3 for £8, that's why I got 3. And I got this dahlia too. I think this it says dinner plates, I don't know if that's the ones. I've got 2 pink ones and a yellow one. And then these things I bought in Home Bargains. So I've got this, which is it's a wildflower mat. Easy to use biodegradable seed carpet. So I'm going to try that. I haven't tried that before. We'll see how these work, isn't it? And I've got Shake and Rake Pastel Flower Garden. So I've got that, which I'm going to put in. I might try and do that today, actually, because it's quite a nice day. And then I've got this in orange as well. So I'm trying to go for pinks, oranges, purple. Well, I'm just going for anything, to be honest. And I've got these nasturtiums because I know they're easy to grow. So they're the flowers the rest of the flowers that I'm going to put in that one bed that I started doing. And then we'll take it from there. I'm just going to do one at a time, otherwise I just find it too overwhelming. So yeah, that's what we've been doing lately. Well, my husband's been fixing the fences and the things that blew over last year. This is the first time that we've managed to get into the garden. You might think we're a bit late getting in our garden, but this is the earliest time because this is the first time that it stopped raining. And so yeah, it needs to be not raining, and it needs to, because our garden gets very boggy in the rain when it's still raining. So throughout, I would say from the end of autumn to quite late into the spring, there are parts of that garden that are very wet, very boggy, and it's just it would just be impossible to do it then. It's still nice, you can still go down there, sit on the deck if it's warm enough, have a fire, have still quite late in the year. and we've been sitting out in the garden in January sometimes. So, but it's hard to work in the garden when it's so waterlogged. So this is the first sort of week that we've had to do that. And also, I think I mentioned before, my husband, he works away from home quite a lot of the time. So this is the first time he's had time to, we had some decking boards that need to be changed. I don't know if you noticed that some of the parts of the deck were different colours to other parts. So I keep on looking because you might have noticed I did it earlier in the video, because when cars go past on the road, it sometimes looks like they're coming down our driveway. They're not, but I sometimes think they are, so I keep on looking, but they're not. Anyway, I digress as usual. So my point being is, the first time we've been able to get into the garden, we started doing it. I hope that once it's done a bit more, I'll be able to take and show you what it looks like. And there's a lot of clearing up to do, so I'll take you back in when we've done some of that clearing up as well. And yeah, that's my video for today. It's not a long video. I've been really struggling with tech lately. As I said, my previous device that I was using stopped working. But I don't know if it's the laptop, whether it's the connector, and I can't, because I haven't got, what it is, it's my old phone. Okay, so it's my old phone that was still, the camera was excellent on that phone. So I loved that phone for its camera. And so I've been filming my videos on my old phone and then uploading them to my laptop, and then obviously putting them on YouTube from there. But that no longer works. And I don't know if something's changed in terms of whatever. I'm not very tech savvy. I can just about to work what I have to work. I think I need to learn more about that, but I don't think I'm stupid. I don't know. I just can't. I can't work it. So I'm using my phone now, which it seems very dark. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about the change. Hopefully I'll get to grips with something. And yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, so hopefully I get to grips with it and it'll be back to normal. I don't know, or maybe this will be a change, who knows. So thanks very much for watching this rather unusual and bitty video, and I've got different plans for videos, so I might tell you about what I'm doing, or I might just do it. I feel like, why tell you? I might as well just do it. So I'm going to do that. And I think what it might mean is that from May, I might have 2 videos a week. But I'll see. I think I will. I think I'll have 2 videos a week. I'm not committing to it, but I think I might have 2 videos a week from May. But that was my plan before all this palaver with the cameras and the phones and whatever. So, but I'm still going to try and go ahead with that. So sorry for the ums, the ahs, the whatever. As I just explained, I'm not very good at tech. I'm not very at editing, all the rest of it. Just going to try my best. So thanks for watching this video, and subscribe if you want to. Hit the notification bell if you're interested. If not, I guess you wouldn't have watched this anyway. So thank you. Bye. See you next time.